What's good, peeps? It's your boy Taker. Alright, you want the bad news or the good news first? Let's start off with the bad. Unfortunately, the console version of the game still delayed. No further info has been given. They're still working on it, but are facing challenges, mainly revolved around input fairness and UI. I really can't wait for y'all to get it, but patience, my friends, console is coming. Now on to the good stuff, because I got you covered like free samples at Costco. If you're a beginner or a casual player, I got you covered. You don't have time to grind all day, you got errands, you got dinner to cook, you got school to go to, maybe kids running around. The last thing you want to do is hop on the game for a few hours and just absolutely get wrecked. Here are my tips broken down in sections. So let's talk character selection. Are you a stealthy, sneak in the shadows type, or do you prefer to run and gun balls to the wall, guns blazing, causing chaos? Maybe you're somewhere in between. Pick your character based on their abilities. Stealthy players go with Hackclaw or Luna for their valuable intel ability. Hackclaw, for example, can detect nearby players and even reveal gear. Roll with D-Wolf or Viren if you're about that action. D-Wolf's speed ability lets you extend its duration by killing bots, plus you regain health and stamina. Whoever you choose, stick with that character for a while to really learn their abilities before switching. Mastering one will take you further than constantly swapping. Before we move on, a quick tip that will be featured in future quick tip videos.
Quick tips!
When looting in a hurry, hover over the item and press the F key. As long as you have space in your bag, it will quickly place it. No dragging or double clicking. Subscribe for the quick tip series. Gearing up. There's a few ways I like to gear up. One with almost nothing, one with gear tickets, and the last something a little low cost. Oftentimes I challenge myself to go in with just a knife. If you're doing this, your first target in a raid should be the shield bearer or a heavier bot. They'll have a helmet, a vest, decent ammo, and sometimes really good loot. For this, I would suggest Hackclaw for her throwing knives. The other way I gear up is with gear tickets. You have three different types of gear tickets: Recruit, Standard, and Elite. My only gripe about gear tickets is the ammo. I'll generally only choose a ticket with at least blue ammo. If you're going to be avoiding PvP, it may not matter to you. I'm just too damn nosy to not have decent ammo for PvP. And the other way I gear up is if you have a decent cash flow, check the details of the gear and look at the armor effect, look at the headphone effect, plus 50% hearing range, minus 2% movement speed. With this vest, minus 5% aim speed, minus 5% movement speed. But if you go over here to the blue vest and go to details, minus 1% aim speed, minus 1% movement speed. And on the gold, minus 5% aim speed, minus 3% movement speed. So when you're gearing up, just make sure you check the details of the gear so you know if your movement speed's going down, if your hearing's going up, and how well it's going to protect you. For the weapons, from gear tickets or otherwise, choose at least 3 weapons you like that you're confident with and stick to those. A lot of times operators will lose a fight and switch guns. Stick to the gun. I would choose at least one gun that you see in gear tickets, as there will most likely always be a chance to get that gun that you like and you're comfy with. That Bison can be nasty. I also suggest bringing in a pistol for bots to not waste good ammo. As for gun builds themselves, I don't do gun builds, but I know a few creators that do. Check out Sinister FPS and Geek Says budget builds, as they have some really good ones. For ammo types, this will be a controversial take, but I run solo, so I'm always at a disadvantage. So I'll always have a box of purple ammo. The majority of my kit will be blue, but yep, I'm running with purple and easy and normal. When we get gear limits, I'll go with what the limit is. What type of ammo are you running? Leave it in the comments. And probably the biggest tip I can give to beginners, casuals, and solos: you need game sense. There's a lot that goes into game sense, so I'll name a few. First and foremost, you need to know the map or maps. The peaks, jump spots, angles, choke points, common paths, spawns, etc. Yeah, you gotta do a little homework, but good news, most of it comes with time in the game. I can make it a little easier for you. Go to www.deltaforcemaps.com for interactive maps, from Bird's Nest to extracts and everything in between. Don't forget to check out my video for 0 down peaks, jumps, and angles for, well, just that. With map knowledge, you'll start to understand where shots are coming from and predict where gamers will be. Know your heavy hit POIs and the entrances and exits, where players can come from. There's only a few points of entry in each POI, so make sure to check them before running out in the open. Speaking of running, know when to run. If you're close to a POI, slow down and walk. If you hear players, slow down and walk. If you just want to run everywhere, at least run from cover to cover. Run to a car, a tree, a wall. Just run with cover in mind. As you're running, look around for clues that players have been there. Is a flight case open? Is the door open? Which way is the door open, in or out? If it's open inward, proceed with caution. They still may be there. Have patience, listen, and think. How many times have you been a victim of peekaboo headshot, pow, to the face, running around a corner? Have patience and slow down. You'll be able to hear and understand what's going on around you and have time to think, even in the middle of a fight. If you saw that there was a hat claw on the team you're fighting and she used her scan already, you absolutely know that that particular hat claw can't scan you again for a bit, and you're mostly free to reposition. In a fight, you need to know when to engage, disengage, and reposition. Engaging. If you see another operator, always assume that there's a 3-man and decide if you should engage or not. If you see that there's a straggler on a team and you have cover nearby, it's safe to say that you can take them out, but they'll call out your last position. So, reposition. Watch and listen before you loot. Reposition with every few shots. You should be repositioning, as the only intel the other team has is your last known position. If you quickly reposition for a flank, they won't know what hit them. Disengaging. You'll generally know when it's time to disengage. Are you out of meds, time, shield? You should probably not continue that fight until you get those squared away. Have you lost a moment of surprise? Disengage. And you guessed it, reposition. You only see one enemy but lost the other two? Yep, disengage. You need more intel to continue to fight. Otherwise, any good team will just keep you busy with the one guy and the others will flank. Teams. When you're on a team, in most cases it's best to stick with them because there's power in numbers. However, if the team is going straight to admin with no gear, they probably aren't the team to stick with, but keep in mind where they go. That way, if they die quickly, you can probably assume that there were some gamers out there in admin or wherever they died. And for the love of gaming etiquette, your kill, your loot. Do you stick to this etiquette while gaming? Let me know in the comments. These are just a few strats to help you survive and extract successfully in Delta Force. Whether you're securing high value loot, avoiding ambushes, or planning the perfect extraction, every decision matters. Got your own go-to tactics? Drop them in the comments. Stick around for the conclusion of this 1v3. Will they take me out, or will I take them out? Stay dangerous out there. Taker, out.
Come on, face the music.
The elevator at Zero Dam is negative. Find another way out.